JT and Phillip break it down from kickoff to the final slide. Every snap, every route, every block from the black and gold pride. Who rose up in the trenches? Who vanished when it counted most? They call out the heroes and the gaps, set the record, raise a toast. They map Sundays, filmed in next week's foe. Matchups, schematic stride. Which players inspired hope? Which ones need work to turn the tide? What the team needs, sharper hands, cleaner pass protection, grit. What the team lacks, depth on key downs, time and lost where yards were split. Coaching choices under the microscope, personnel plans apply. JT and Phillip give the homework, tell Yins is how we'll ride. Get out your terrible towel and wave it with pride on game day wide. Listen to Steelers Rewind, Sunday prep for the faithful by your side. Yinzers, tomb towels held high. JT and Phillip lead the guide. Sports 5-0, Steelers Rewind. Study the tape, then ride. JT and Phillip break it down from kickoff to the final slide. Every snap, every route, every block from the black and gold pride. Who rose up in the trenches? Who finished when it counted most? They call out the heroes and the gaps, set the record, raise a toast.
All right, good evening. Welcome to another Steelers Rewind. I am JT. I'm going to be bringing my infamous co-host on in a second, but first I want to talk about something big I got to announce a couple weeks ago. I'm going to keep pushing it until the day comes, but it's Lucky 13's Bar and Grill here in the Baldwin-Brentwood area, 2026 NFL Draft Party. There'll be 4 or 5 of us talking about the draft picks. We'll have a couple college guys, a couple Steeler guys, a couple NFL fantasy guys. So we'll get you filled in with each pick, how big it is for each team, how big it is if your fantasy team is in a continual league, if it's a guy we're drafting, stuff like that. So look for Lucky 13's the draft party. Our special our advertiser for today is All Pro Embroidery Laway. Great place, man. My wife actually works there. She's an embroidery manager there. But honestly, if you guys need hats, shirts, koozies, towels, anything your heart desires for your team, work, club, etc., call Laway, All Pro Embroidery at 412-942-0735 or visit them at 4854. It's on Streets Run Road, about halfway down before you get to the Homestead part of Streets Run Road. But great place. They do our shirts and hats here for Sports Bible. Real good people. They'll take care of you, whatever you need to get done. But now let's bring on my boy Phillip. Phillip, how you doing, man? How about talk about a roller coaster we're on this year with the Steelers. We're going back up again, I guess.
Yeah. I was talking about the offense. I called it a Kennywood offense because you're just like tossing a ball in a small hole or whatever, you know. But they got Mason in yesterday because Aaron Rodgers is hurt. And I was thinking about you, JT, because you've been riding a train a little bit about maybe let's get Mason in there, and he played well.
I
They
thought
drove
he
the
looked.
ball. They moved the ball.
I thought he looked smoother. I thought the offense looked crisper. I thought it was quicker. Plus, he has just a little bit more. Um, what's it called? He has a little bit more mobility to get outside the
Yes.
pocket,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
and some of his passes were nice. I think the guy is very underrated, man. I think he's a guy that should be. I think he's a new Charlie Batch. I think he's a guy that could be a backup for till he's in his mid-30s. I think he plays the part well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But let's talk about the game, man. Lot of stuff. I mean, you could tell these teams played each other twice in 5 weeks or whatever because they didn't like each other. I think Jamar Chase ran his mouth in the paper. He ran his mouth about Joey Porter. He ran his mouth about the Steelers secondary, and the secondary stepped up, man. How do you feel? I mean, let's start with the defense here. The defense really had one of them games again, man. Like I don't know what it is. They've had like 2 or 3 of these games now where they look like they're getting paid the money they're getting paid.
Well, it was a revenge game, number one. There's no question about that. They were not going to be embarrassed a second time by the Bengals. So you can just tell that the guys on defense wanted that game very, very badly. You have Duggar's 73-yard, pick six. You got the fumble recovery by James Pierre. You know that he's my guy. I love James Pierre. Returned that for a touchdown. And they just, played it. I won't say exceptionally well because the run game, the run defense still needs some improvements. Chase Brown had a couple big runs, they got to fill those gaps. But that's the only criticism I have. I thought everybody in the backfield played very well. Linebackers played a pretty good game. Yeah, it was a fun game to watch. It really was.
That's like 2 stats that were sort of hidden. As Chase Brown did have 99 yards, which I really didn't realize that. When the game's over, I didn't realize either that Mason Rudolph was 12 of 16, 127. I mean, he came in and did what he had to do. I mean, he threw for more yards than Aaron Rodgers did in some less time. And let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. Looks like it might be like a broken bone in his wrist. It's not going to be long term. I heard, but still, if you bring Mason in and that offense starts to click, you don't owe Aaron Rodgers anything, right? I mean, you don't owe him anything. I would
sit him for a game just for his own sake, to make sure his wrist is healed. Knowing that the Steelers are playing at Chicago on Sunday. Yes, the Bears are 7-3, but they haven't had a strong schedule so far this season.
Yeah, they might be the worst 7-3 team I've seen.
Oh, I'd say so for sure.
They got some talent. They can win games. They've won some close games, like you were saying.
But they haven't beaten anybody impressive. So, and now they're facing the tough part of their schedule, starting with the Steelers coming in, and I do think that Mason Rudolph, if he starts, he can be pretty productive against their defense. I haven't really watched a lot of tape on them, but they're beatable.
They got a really good. The thing that bothers me, and I hope the defensive secondary is ready to go because Adunze's having a good season. Him and Caleb Williams seem to be on the same page, and Caleb Williams is starting to play the football that people thought he was going to play when he was drafted first overall. But this to me is another one of them games, man. Like if you told me they're playing at Chicago, even though Chicago is 7-3, that might help the fact. But I think the Steelers are better than them on paper. But this is the kind of game that I think the Steelers struggle with sometimes. I'm hoping they don't, but I
was thinking about that earlier. That can be a game that the Steelers drop, but I just hope that they keep the same momentum. And look, the recipe's out there for a Steelers win. They win when the Steelers defense takes the ball away and scores points, or gets the Steelers in very good field position to finish that off and get points. That's how the Steelers win games. And that was talked about by Rich Eisen today. It's not a secret, it's all about the Steelers defense. Let's face it.
I'm still a firm believer. I'm still not sold on the team yet. I still think that they're going to make the playoffs, but I wouldn't put no money on them getting past the first round. I'm still saying that. They got to show improvement. I'm thinking I would like to see Mason Rudolph get a start. And if he does really well, I mean, like I said before, you don't owe Aaron Rodgers anything, man. This guy came here for last year. I mean, let him ride the wave. I mean, Mason Rudolph, to me, it looked like a whole different offense. I honestly, it did. It looked like he wasn't just looking for the short drop offs. He had a couple of nice passes. And let's talk about that too. You've talked about this guy in the past, and he's an unsung hero, man. Kenneth Gainwell.
Yes, absolutely.
Just keeps making plays, man. He just does in the pass game. And by the way, that is Shane Stadmiller. He's from the Steelers Dynasty podcast, and you're right, Shane. It's up and down all year, man. Like you don't know what it's like. How many years has it been like this? So when's the Steelers been consistent for a full year? It's never been. It's been a long time.
Jekyll and Hyde team. But it when you look at all these other teams, the Kansas City Chiefs are 5-5.
Yeah, I mean,
who would have thought that? Okay,
the Bills were almost at that point. I mean, they had a tough one against Tampa Bay. Yeah, I mean, Detroit's record ain't that great, but I mean, Detroit to me, I've never seen a team that like Detroit play. They must have the toughest schedule in NFL history. It seems like every week they play a
top team. And they played the Eagles pretty well last night. The game was only 13 to.
I think it was 16-9.
16-9, yeah. I mean, I was thinking the Eagles could put up a lot of points on them, or even vice versa. But I mean, that was a good game to watch. A lot of good defense, but I don't know. I mean, it just seems like this could be anyone's chance to win the Super Bowl.
Now, do you think
who's a winning record right now is going to make the playoffs? I don't know if there's a shoo-in yet because the Patriots are what? They're 9-2, right? Or the Colts are 9-2. Broncos are 8-2. So those are three very good teams, of course.
And we've beaten two out of three of them.
We beat two of the three.
That's what's crazy about the Steelers.
I know this season's been kind of a head scratcher. And in the NFC, I mean, I would have to say Philadelphia would be my shoe-in, to get to the Super Bowl again.
I'm liking the Rams. I'm liking what Stafford's bringing to the table, man.
They're playing lights out. The Rams are.
Yeah, the Rams are a team, and they don't have a real tough division. Niners are down. The Seahawks, they just beat the Seahawks pretty well. He's picked off Darnold 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
But my question about Arthur Smith now, we saw something in this game we haven't seen in a long time, and it was a weapon, man. And do we start to get Darnell Washington the ball as much as we can and let him just put his head down and run? I mean,
absolutely. Absolutely.
The Bengals secondary I never seen guys scared. They were on the side trying to strip the ball. They didn't want to get in front of them. They were getting thrown around like rag dolls. I think he's got to see 7 or 8 targets a game.
Was it Turner that tried to strip him, punch the ball out, but yet he ended up like flying about 3 or 4 feet behind him?
Yeah, he was the one they were going out of bounds, and he tried to strip the ball.
Turner. He went flying. He knocked down 3 guys. 3 guys in one play.
And that's what I'm saying.
Chipped the one guy. Yeah. And then Turner went flying. I mean,
do you think Arthur Smith's smart enough though to know this is a weapon now? Like, this is a guy, you got to get him the ball 7-8 times, no matter what, even little screens. Give this guy a screen and let him just run. I mean, you're not going to bring this guy down.
Let's just say this. The previous game, we were really ragging on the coaching staff. We were ragging on Tomlin. We were definitely ragging on Arthur Smith. We were ragging on the defensive coordinator, Terrell Austin, and then they finally started to use their personnel, the personnel that are playing good football, and look at the result. Jalen Warren only carried the ball 10 times. He had another good game. I think Gainwell had 11 carries, and he's also they're both catching the ball too. They're good. Gainwell 7 receptions, 81 yards.
Yeah, Gainwell had 9 for 24. Warren had 10 for 62.
Yep.
Gainwell had 7 for 81 and 2 touchdowns receiving. That was huge. I think they are using the one problem I think we're having. This is why I want to see Mason Rudolph. Is you heard the announcer saying this was the most time that Aaron Rodgers had to throw a ball since I think they said 2016. He was getting like 3.5 seconds a drop back in that game.
Yeah, right.
But he could not. I don't know if it's him just second guessing himself, but he does not get rid of the ball. I mean, he's pumping twice, 3 times, moving around. He just doesn't look comfortable in this offense. I don't know if it's he's afraid of getting hit. I don't know what's going on with him, but even the announcer said he had plenty of time, but he seemed like he was always under pressure because he waited so long to throw the ball. Where I didn't see Mason. Mason came in. There was one time I think he got hit pretty well, but other than that, man, I mean, I'm a Mason guy. I mean, I honestly think if this team is going to go in big games right now, you need a Mason. You need a guy like Mason Rudolph who could just take off up the middle. I give Aaron Rodgers credit. He did scramble for a first down, which I was
Yep.
shocked, but.
Yep.
But I
Yeah.
think Mason Rudolph is the best for this team. His arm just looked, even a couple of them throws he made, like holy, they look good, man. He looked very good.
He was
For a
hitting his
guy that
target.
hasn't thrown a pass all year, I thought he looked very good, man.
And you know, he's fresh. You know, it's just like opening a brand new, 2-liter bottle of Coke Zero, or whatever. You hear that fizz.
No, I understand that, but
usually fresh, crisp. He looked pretty good.
But the quarterback, that's rough though. You don't throw a ball all year. I thought he did really well with that aspect. Like he just looked like he was, like even the announcer said during the game, he's probably not seeing first team reps at all, barely.
Yeah, that's my question too. I don't know how many reps he's getting, but those guys keep their arms in pretty good shape throughout the week. Because anything can happen at any time.
The timing looked better than Rodgers.
The timing was exceptional. There's no question about that.
He didn't pump fake. He didn't question where the ball was going.
No.
I think that's the problem with Rodgers. I don't think it's the receivers as much as it's Rodgers. I think it's get rid of the ball, man. Throw the ball.
41 years old, and
I believe
in New York, and
believe me, I thought he's done a good job this year. I just feel like I think this might be the better of the options. Plus, hey, sit him for a game or two, and if something happens, I'm gonna see Will Howard get some snaps late in the game. Get a 30-0 lead on the Bears and let Will Howard come in. That'd be the greatest thing.
Come in like the middle of the fourth quarter, see what he has.
But
he's one I'm curious about.
Terry Walker, Bucks are pissing me off. He's a Buccaneers fan.
Yep.
Terry, I'll tell you what, you're another team that's played a tough schedule, man. Every week it seems like they're playing somebody very tough, and I believe next week you play somebody real good as well. I'm shocked at some of these schedules. Like Detroit seems like they play somebody every week. Kansas City's the same way. I mean, Kansas City's already played Buffalo. They have Denver in their division. It seems like Kansas City's playing tough teams every week too. So, but I wouldn't fret too much about Tampa Bay. I still think you're the best team in that division, even though Carolina is playing lights out football right now, which I never thought I would say. Especially, I'm not a big Bryce Young fan, but they're winning games. There, but I think Tampa's fine. I think Baker Mayfield's still one of the better stories in the league as a quarterback. I like what he brings to the table.
There were 10 lead changes in that game yesterday, the Buccaneers and the Bills. 10 lead changes.
Oh, it was a great game.
It was a seesaw game. It was back and forth. That would have been the best game to watch on TV or to even be there,
I mean, football don't make much sense this year. Josh Allen has 6 touchdowns in that game, passing and running. And the week before, he couldn't do nothing against a crappy Dolphins team. So that just goes to tell you, like, football is football, man. They're all professionals. You can catch a team, even a bad team. That's why I'm worried about, I ain't saying the Bears are bad. You already said they're 7-3. They're better than the Packers record-wise. But I just think the Steelers on paper should win this game. But like you said, you catch a team at the wrong time, man. You're down, having a down week. And let's talk about the injuries real quick. I mean, you heard anything? Jaylen Warren, I mean, he didn't come back. Yeah, he was a rough one. I would almost guarantee Rodgers don't play this week. I'm trying to think of some of the other injuries that we saw. Let's talk about let's talk about another guy that doesn't get enough love, and I actually want to apologize because I didn't even realize when I was saying he plays a couple of weeks, you won't hear much from him, but he leads our team in tackles, and that's Peyton Wilson. That kid he seems like he's in on every tackle anymore. Like, honestly, he just seems like he only had 5 last game where Patrick Queen had 10. But and that was good to see Queen get back. Queen's only had spotty.
Yeah, his last 2 games he's getting his share tackles again. And he's doing his job, But Peyton Wilson, when he gets a hold of somebody, that dude's getting thrown down. He's getting tossed around. Peyton Wilson's out there to really just make his name known. I'm going to say this in the most rated G way as I can, because my other choice words, I'm not going to say in this podcast. Peyton Wilson's just putting a beat down on anyone he's tackling. He's hitting hard.
And And he's a small guy. I mean, smaller. He's a small guy. I mean,
He's strong. He's vicious.
he,
It
he
was
was
that Jack Lambert. Jack Lambert was too small to play or too skinny to play in the NFL, and look how punishing he was. Peyton Wilson might start resembling that in whatever given time.
I worry about him. But he's had injury problems his whole life. That's the only thing that
That's the only
bothers me
problem.
about him. But he looks the part, man. He's in on a lot of tackles. And then I got to give Herbig credit. Herbig seems like he's always putting pressure on the quarterback, man.
Yeah.
Like I would say Herbig's a better complement to Watt than Highsmith. I don't care what people say. I think
when he got in on Flacco, he threw a stunt on the left tackle. He just was coming towards him, and he that way, and then he totally whiffed him. He whiffed on him, and Herbig got in. I think he sacked the guy too. I'm going to say that was a sack.
Yeah, Herbig had a sack.
Yeah, that was what I was talking about on Flacco.
He had a sack, and I believe he had 3 or 4 pressures. And I think one time he actually hit Flacco. I think he was the one that hit Flacco's arm on the one pass where it just got.
Well, Flacco wasn't the same quarterback yesterday, and it's known that he has a sore shoulder.
Oh yeah,
when Watt hit him, took him down. Of course, he got flagged for it, and I didn't agree with that call. I mean, what's he supposed to do? He's like on the way of taking him down. He lands on him, and he landed on his shoulder. That's just the law of physics, people. I mean, what's he supposed to do? Spin off him real quick and avoid from him getting hurt or whatever? It's impossible.
The only thing good is that
he's playing his game. He's going to come in. He's going to crush you.
The only good thing was I thought Cincinnati got a couple crappy roughing the quarterback calls.
They did. They had about three. I think it was like 3 consecutive calls that didn't go their way. I mean, the refs were terrible.
Let's talk about the Jalen Ramsey, Jamar Chase thing. I mean, we knew we got Jalen Ramsey. He was going to be involved in some of this stuff. I mean, that's just the way he's always played. He's a chippy guy. But this time, it was honestly not his fault. And I can't believe that the announcers or the game cameras didn't pick this up.
Not right away. Not until there was nothing about it until Ramsey said in his post-game press conference that Jamar Chase spit on him. And then Jamar Chase lying about it. Oh, no, I didn't spit on anyone. Well, guess what? There was that one cameraman who zoomed in, got it perfectly, and now Chase is suspended for a game. And Stephen A. said this morning he should be suspended for 2 games, one for the spitting incident and the other game for lying about it.
I think too. I mean, as a guy that's I probably played over 1,000 games in my life of hockey, baseball, football. That's the one thing you just don't do.
No,
I've been really mad at. I've been so mad. I've had hockey sticks to the back and I've never I never even thought about spitting on a guy. That's like the last
hockey game. You just drop the gloves and fight.
That's what I mean. And Jamar Chase, you could tell it was weird because even the announcer was like, "Oh, he kept his hands to his side. Like he didn't do nothing. It was almost like he knew he was gonna get."
Yeah, it was just that was his way of getting back at Ramsey. I mean, it was very childish. It was, that's not what men do. No. That's not what you expect that maybe from a little kid, during recess, that has a disagreement with the other kid. I mean, and even then, it's just so disrespectful.
Yeah, you don't even see that from kids very much. I mean, you don't see kids. I mean, at least not me growing up. I never saw many kids spit on each other. I'm sure I saw once or twice it happen, but I knew something at the time, and I knew because Ramsey's played so much football that I didn't think there was anything that Chase could have said that pissed him off that bad. Because I mean, I'm sure they've heard everything.
They hear it all. They say it all. And they hear it all.
And it made me think when he did not want to come off that field, and he looked like he just kept wanting to go and kill Chase. And I'm like, hey, I even thought to myself, he had to have done something. Whether like I was even thinking maybe it's a personal thing. Did Ramsey just lose a parent? Maybe he said something stupid, like something like, hey, But I mean, then when I saw it after the game, I'm like, that makes so much sense, and it made me feel better because I mean, 9 out of 10 guys get thrown out of the game for that. You ain't gonna let the guy spit on you and not do nothing.
It was the Eagles defensive lineman, first game of the season.
Jalen Carter.
Yeah. He spit on what's his face right, and he was tossed right away.
Yeah,
but that was right in front of the ref, and that was caught That was easily caught on TV.
That was like the second play of the game, I think, too. Like second game of the play of the year, but like so early in the game.
And
I'm like,
it's the reason why they get suspended, because he got kicked out right away. So it's like he sat his game out.
Yeah, I think if Chase comes out in the after game and says, "Hey, I messed up. I wasn't thinking," I bet you he might have just got a slap, like a fine. Maybe got away with it.
Probably.
But lying was just bad. I mean, come on, man. Like no matter what you do in that, I mean, that's why I laugh at guys now in like football that or baseball or basketball, whatever sport they try to act like they got fouled or something. Dude, there's cameras like
spit on someone. It's
not a good thing. I mean, I lost a lot of. I still think he's one of the best receivers in football, but I lost a lot of.
Everybody did.
I lost a lot of human respect for him. And I guess you gained some for Ramsey because in that part of the game, I was like, come on, Ramsey, like use your cool. But then I get once you see that happen, I'm like, you know what? I've done the same exact thing, man. And it wasn't just a spit; it was pretty big. I mean, it wasn't just like a little, like little look like a waterfall coming out of his mouth.
Like a camel. He's like a damn camel.
It was bad.
I mean, come on, when we were in Tanzania, we had a chance to go see camels. We were at this like little zoo nature center. I said, I'm not going over there. I don't want to get spit on.
Yeah, I mean it was bad, man. And like I said, I get why he did it now. I mean, you knew getting him though. He's gonna be a guy always in the middle of stuff. He's not a guy that's his berry. I mean, that's his chip on his shoulder. He's always gonna be a guy that's in the middle of some of the stuff. And he takes receivers out of their game. I mean, he's almost like that hockey player, like that. It's almost like having Darius Kasparaitis playing football. He's gonna get in their heads all game. And you get a young guy that's, I'm not gonna say he's a punk, but you get on Chase's bad side and get him. And like I said, Chase ran his mouth all after that Steeler game. Oh, that was 16 catches for whatever he had that game. He annihilated
and then his numbers. I mean, he had 3 catches yesterday. 3 catches, 30 yards. He was targeted 10 times. I remember reading that earlier today. Targeted 10 times, 3 out of 10.
Yeah, they were on it, man. I mean, T. Higgins had a better game. I thought Higgins played well. I thought the Steelers. I'm like, you can't really say nothing. It was probably the closest to an A+ game for the Steelers. And I know the defense scored 2 touchdowns, so their offense still only put up, I guess you could say, 20 points. Against a really bad defense, man. I mean, we still didn't exploit the defense. Cincinnati didn't even have their 2 starting edge rushers. And they were still putting pressure. And like I said, I think a lot had to do with Rodgers not getting rid of the ball because, like I said, the announcers, I didn't know how they came up with it. They came up with it in the second quarter. Like, he has 3.5 seconds per drop back, which is a lot of time. It's a ton of time in the NFL. Usually get rid of the ball within like 1.6, 1.7 seconds. So he had double the time and was still getting hit all the time because he was I just think, I don't know, man. If you're a team that has talent, the Steelers do got talent.
Yeah.
You got to go with the best. I mean, and like I said, this is gonna be where Tomlin is gonna have to make his mark. I mean, if say Rudolph plays this game, say Rudolph throws for 310, 4 touchdowns. I'm just saying they beat the Bears pretty well. The offense looks like they never looked. What do? You don't go back to a free agent that was just here for a swan song, do you? I mean, you can't. You got to go.
That would be a good problem to have. Let's just say that for starters.
Definitely,
that would be an outstanding problem to have. So who do they have? After the Bears, they got the Bills in Pittsburgh. Then they're at Baltimore. Then the Dolphins come in. Then they're at Detroit, and they're at Cleveland, and then they finish off against the Ravens.
Yeah, they got a tough. It's a tough haul, man. You think about the Bears.
It's not an easy schedule. And the
Bears
still playing very well. The
Bears
won that game yesterday against the Ravens.
Yeah, that would have been huge for the Steelers there, man.
I know. I was rooting for the Browns. I wanted them to win. Anyone that plays the Ravens got to root for them or against the Ravens.
I mean, I think the Steelers got they got one of the tougher schedules. They got definitely a tougher schedule than the Ravens. Ravens play the Jets this week. They got the Bengals the week after. Steelers, Bengals. They got the Patriots. And they got the Packers. I think the Steelers got a much tougher schedule. I mean, we got.
I do too. I do too. I agree. But if the Steelers defense shows up, they take away the ball. they're kind of like the workload for the 60 minutes, and in that point of view. And that's the recipe.
And if you use Tom as Tom has been a coach here, I can almost, if I put money on, I'd put money that we split them Ravens game, just the way we've always been.
Well, historically, that's been the case anyway, and
I think Cleveland should be no problem. I mean, that's what
I
you're
would
saying on
hope.
paper.
I would hope.
I would say Detroit Buffalo is gonna be tough, man, because Detroit at that point of the season is gonna have to win because they're losing
backs are
games.
against the wall already.
And Dan Campbell, man, like last night, 0 for 5 on 4th downs. At one point,
he's the reason why the Lions don't win games sometimes. Now keep in mind, last night's game in Philadelphia, the wind conditions were terrible.
Oh, they were
super windy, so you really couldn't count on on your field goal kickers to get 8 points for you. So that's the part where I get it. But Dan Campbell has a reputation for going on 4th down.
That's what I call him.
A playoff game because of it.
That's what I call him, Dan Gamble. Dan Gamble. That's what.
Yeah.
It's a great nickname. I'm a firm believer, man. You got 4th and 2 at your own 45, 48. That's what watching him do yesterday. Dude, you coffin kick that ball. You win field position. You get your offense. You got to trust your defense that you're going to pin them down there. And let's just face it, if you stop Barkley right now, I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to beat anybody with his arm right now. Honestly, I don't trust Jalen Hurts right now.
I agree. I don't. There's something off about him this season. I watched a few Eagles games, and he even last year he was questionable. In certain games.
People call him, and this is a good analogy. He's a great fantasy quarterback. You want him as your fantasy quarterback because he'll run, he'll get you some yards, he'll score some touchdowns. But as a leader of a team, you really can't count on him to make big throws at big times. I mean, honestly, I don't trust him at all making big throws at big times. I mean, how many times do you see him?
They'll get that one and he throws it down 40 yards, perfectly thrown, caught, touchdown pass, or yards after catch until he's tackled by, a free safety or whatever. He's always going to get that 1 or 2 big plays but there's going to be many other plays where he's missing a receiver, he's off target, and it's just kind of weird. I don't get it with him.
And by the way, everybody,
2 years ago, he was probably the best quarterback in the NFL. And that's actually when I had him on my fantasy football team, not last year, but 2 years ago. He was popping points left and right for me.
Well, he's a good fantasy quarterback. I mean, he said that. I mean, that's what he is. He's more of a fantasy quarterback there than a guy that leads. I mean, same with look about 3 years ago, Justin Fields was probably the all pro. He was probably the all pro fantasy guy. Remember that when he played for Chicago? He had like 3 games in a row. He had like 70-yard touchdown runs. I remember that. He had like a streak where he was getting like 40, 50 points a week for the Bears the one year with all the rushing touchdowns. So he's a great fantasy quarterback, but we all know what Fields does. He's never going to find it as a thrower.
It's a shame. It's too bad. I feel bad for him. I really like him, and it would have been great if he could have been successful here in Pittsburgh. It would, I want him to do well in New York. There's just something about him I really like a lot.
No, I like him too.
But I get it. I agree with everything you're saying. He just there's something way off with him.
Hey, before we go, once again, All Pro Embroidery, Loewe, they have 2 names. Like Loewe does, I forget how they say it. They have an embroidery section, and Loewe is sort of like their teams thing. So they have like 2 companies in one kind of thing, but they're very good company. Go down if you need hats, if you need jerseys, anything. I mean, they do like little league teams. They do everything you need. I mean, they do shirts, hats, hoodies. They do all my sports Bible stuff when I need something done. Like I said, my wife's in the embroidery section, so you need something embroidered real quick. Get a hold of them. They're really good people. They'll do what they have to do for you. So it's on Streets Run Road, All Pro Embroidery Loewe. I'm going to get with them guys, see what we can do for the draft party. And by the way, the draft party, of course, is Thursday, April 23rd. The bar is going to be closed from 6 till close. It's going to be a 75-person private party. We're going to have signed jerseys. We're going to have gifts, like door gifts. We're going to have 4 or 5 guys speaking about each draft pick. We're going to it's going to be a fun draft night for sports people. We're going to have I come out with an NFL draft guide every year. We'll have a draft guide we'll give out to everybody. So we'll have a draft guide you can go through and look at the players being drafted. It's gonna be a fun night. So it's a long ways away. It's gonna be $40 a ticket. There's gonna be draft specials, there's gonna be food specials. It's gonna be well worth your ticket, especially if you win one of the I know for sure the door prize is gonna be a Steelers signed helmet. So I mean you can go home with a $300, $400 helmet. It's gonna be a fun night. So come out to Lucky 13s. I'm gonna announce more as we go. Gonna tell you the crew we're gonna have up there talking. In fact, I might have an MC who has a little bit of a Pittsburgh tie here to come up and be the MC for the night. So it's going to be some fun times. So keep that in your back pocket. Mark Rico, that's an inside joke. I work with Mark during the day. We have a guy we work with. His name is Rico. And I one day looked at him and I said, Rico, and that's like, now it's over now. I mean, that guy's never going to live it down. I don't think he likes me because of it. But I think he's part of like El Chapo's gang too, so I might be in trouble.
You better watch out.
You might find me in the ocean somewhere, but he's on a boat right now.
Your head's gonna be used for a soccer game. We don't want that.
Yeah, he's on a Carnival cruise right now. So yeah, he actually is. He went to I forget where he is right now, but he's out one of them places.
He's somewhere warm.
Yes, he is.
He's a lucky man.
Mark, I think you relate to that. But I said the same thing. I do like Rudolph. I think Rudolph could be. It could be one of them things, man. He's just the better fit. I'm not saying Rodgers has done bad. He's 5th in the league in touchdowns, so I can't say that. Week before the draft is Paul Skeen Cy Young bobblehead night. You know what? That's perfect.
Sell out of PNC Park.
You know what? I haven't looked at that yet either. Stu Bushdriver. I'm hoping the Pirates are away for that night, because if they are away, I can guarantee I'll have a Pirate beat writer at the draft party to talk about the Pirates, which will probably be most likely Kevin Gorman. We're gonna have a Pirate guy. We're gonna have a Pirate guy. We're gonna have a Penguin guy. We're gonna have, of course, us Steeler guys, and then we're gonna have a it's gonna be a nice night, man. In between picks, we'll talk about hockey. So Stu Bus, I don't know who you are, but if you're from Pittsburgh, man, hit me up for tickets. I'll get you some tickets. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a great time. I've went through 2 draft parties with an old company I work for. I know what works and what doesn't, and we're gonna make it work. So,
Stu Bus Driver, if I had to guess, sorry, JT.
That's right. That's Gene.
That's Greg Smith down in Raleigh, North Carolina.
No, I think it's Gene.
My wife's cousin.
I think it's Gene Smith. I think it's Gino.
Gino? Is it Gino? Okay.
No, it's Gene. I think his name is Gene Smith. I always call him Gino Smith. I think that's how. Yeah, I've met him.
Okay.
Before. Are you from Pittsburgh, Gene? I always forget this. I apologize, but I love you guys coming on the shows and that. Mark, by the way, you're right. Skeens is going to be in a Yankee uniform. That's almost a guarantee, man.
Guess what? I'll buy that jersey right away.
Oh, Gene has tickets for the Pirates and the drafts. He's going to be actually down there. Gene, I'm doing this party so people don't have to stand with 150,000 people, because I love the draft more than anybody in this world, and I will not go down there and deal with like the number of people. They're saying it might be 700,000. I was down there for the last pick game, which was 68,000, and with game day there, and you couldn't move in that little bit of north. I can't imagine what's going to happen with how are you going to put 750,000 people down there for a Thursday night?
It's insane. That's why I don't go in big crowds anymore. I can't handle it
either. But Gene, if you end up saying, you know what, that crowd ain't worth it, man, $40, get yourself a helmet, maybe a jersey signed. I think we're gonna have a Heinz Ward signed jersey as well. There's gonna be some cool stuff. It's very infant in its stage, but we have I know we have some alcohol reps coming in, giving away shots. It's gonna be nice, man. It's gonna be good.
Yep.
But
yep.
Everybody out there, thank you guys. Thank you, Philip. Next week we got the Bears. I will be here next Monday. I wasn't supposed to be here tonight, actually. I almost texted you yesterday. I was gonna go to the Pitt basketball game, but I decided not to. I'm gonna go Sunday to the Pitt basketball game and watch the Steeler game at the Pitt game. I got to start going to the Pitt basketball game, try to show my face there. But
can I say something real quick? I texted you this today. We have to go to Indianapolis for my wife's Christmas party. Her company is based in Indy. I scored tickets to go see Butler play against Providence at the Hinkle Fieldhouse. I can't wait.
College basketball is a good college basketball game is as good as anything, man. It's a great. It's better to go to an NBA game. I've been to some NBA games. It's a great atmosphere, but man, college basketball, a good game.
Can't beat it.
Like I get to go to see Pitt versus Duke this year. I know Pitt's probably gonna lose by 30, but I get to love watching the Duke players. I got to see Zion when he came here. I was in a press box watching Zion. It was amazing watching that kid come out. It looked like a robot. He was so big.
Class is so much fun.
But hey guys, thank you so much. Mark, Stu, everybody out there, thank you guys. Check us out. We're gonna be on YouTube. So we'll be on YouTube and should be on the website here in the next day or two. But thank you guys. Everybody enjoy their night and let's go.